Okay, so this is another one of my series from these Facebook questions in the Facebook groups for fitness that I'm going to answer because this one's a good one. Okay, so I've been lifting heavier lately and finding I'm so sore after workouts. I also run at least 5 days a week as weight loss is also one of my goals, but I've been finding I can't run as far being so sore, and this week I've gained weight. I don't want to lose the muscle gains, but I want to continue with my weight loss, and running has worked. I've lost 40 pounds since December. Any suggestions? Okay, so being too sore after your workouts doesn't mean that it's working better. Like, you have to be able to balance how much you're training and how sore you get, so that you can recover in time for your next training session. If you're training once a week, then maybe you can go harder. You've got a whole week to recover. But if you were training 6 days a week, 5 days a week, 4 days a week, then you need to recover in time for that next training session. And frequency is definitely better than going hard all in one go as well, because you can lift heavier at the beginning of your session, so over time you'll get stronger, and you will see the more muscle gains as well. Like, DOMs are just a myth that you think that it means that you're progressing. What you have to understand is that it's not just, there are various ways of getting muscle damage, and one of them is just too much volume. So instead of training for strength, so lower reps, which should be less painful, then maybe you are going for too much volume. So you're doing too many reps, and therefore you're getting more muscle damage, and it's causing you to hurt more the next day. And the other things as well is like slowing down the eccentrics as well. It's really always really painful the next day too. This causes more muscle damage, but none of this necessarily means that you're gaining more muscle, or it's a more effective workout, or that you've burnt more calories. It just means that your muscles are damaged, and although that is a part of building muscle, it's not the primary factor and that you should be looking for when you go and train. Okay, the second thing is that she's running 5 days a week for fat loss. So she knows that she needs to lift weights to gain some muscles. She knows that she thinks that she needs to do loads of cardio to lose weight. First of all, you do not need to do loads of cardio to lose weight. 5 days a week running is pretty mental, unless you have some serious running goals, and especially like in terms of fat loss as well. It's completely unnecessary. What I would tell her to do is to walk. You can walk for that much time every day. It's much less impact on your body. You're already weight training a lot as well, and doing too much cardio while you are weight training is counterproductive. It will inhibit your gains. So if you're looking for fat loss, just make sure that you're in a calorie deficit. So this is the main thing. Just because she hasn't run as far, it doesn't mean that that's why she's gaining fat back. It's because her energy balance is too far in one way. She's eating a little bit more than what she is burning. Plus, after a week of maybe not running as far, it's really hard to tell how much, if that's fat that you've actually gained back as well. There are so many things that it could be. It could be, like my weight fluctuates over the month, and I've noticed the trends now, and even over the year, to be honest, as well. Like, there are times of the year, times of the month where I'm heavier, lighter than other times of that week, of that month as well. And you're better off taking an average over time than you are just taking 1 week and stressing out because you gained a little bit of weight back that week. It doesn't work like that. And even when you're losing weight as well, it's not linear. You don't lose weight like that. It creeps down like linear. No, I can't even say it. Anyway, you get my point. So anyway, this girl, I just think, is overdoing it so much. Like, that time she spent running as well, she could really just spend tracking her food and organising her food for the week. If you're running for 45 minutes every day, or even half an hour, that's a couple of hours a week that you could spend actually just writing things down and trying to organise yourself a little bit better, so that you're not just running in this hamster wheel or trying to lose weight and gain weight and lose weight and gain weight, and just thinking that you're not running hard enough, you're not trying hard enough. It's not about that. And if you think that you're not in a calorie deficit as well, like you are in a calorie deficit and you're not losing weight, over time give yourself, you know, a couple of weeks to really test those calories that you're on. Don't just do it for a couple of days and think that it's not working. Then you're not in a deficit and you need to reduce your calories maybe a little bit lower. But I would be like err on the side of caution with that, because when you look at things like MyFitnessPal, they give you really low calories and you should never use that as a guide. You should find, if you can't afford a coach, then there's some really good macro trackers, like macro calculators out there that you can use too as a good starting point to start your journey. And from those calculators, just look at calories and protein to start with, and keep an eye on your fiber. So your protein will keep you full, your fiber will keep you full as well. So your fibers, all your veggies and your bread, that will keep the volume of your food big, so that you are eating lots of volume, but you're keeping your calories lower, so that you're eating. So I think the problem people find when they try to diet off the bat is that they'll start eating the same foods but just less of them. So maybe you need to incorporate more fibrous foods as well, more higher protein foods, so that you feel satisfied with what you're eating at less calories, and that way you don't notice so much that you are in a calorie deficit as well. So just be aware that, like, I think that walking is one of the most underrated tools for weight loss. If you can hit 10,000 steps a day, then that is such a good start, such a good place to be. Even 8,000, 10,000, even just work yourself up as well. And small things, you know, like add up to them as well. Just getting up off your chair to make a cup of tea instead of getting someone else to make it for you, going out for lunch, like these things all add up during the day. So and focus on getting into the gym and just getting strong as well, because this is what will make the biggest difference to your physique, and also the amount of calories you can eat as well. You're never going to wake up the next day and look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, it's just not going to happen. It takes years and years to even look remotely athletic. So just don't be afraid to get into the gym and start lifting some weight and prioritizing that over a sweaty workout. Because if you walk and lift weights, then that is more than enough to get you to your weight loss goals and to your physique goals as well. And having some muscle on your body is so much better for you as well than just continuously trying to diet by doing cardio. Anyway, I'm hoping that, just to sum it up, I guess, being sore after your workouts does not mean a good workout. Being too sore that you can't train the next day or whenever your next training session is something you need to manage, like with the amount of training volume you're doing. The more that you progress, like the more you'll be able to handle. And you do not need to do cardio to lose weight. Just think about getting your steps in.